The gate guards greeted them with a successful mission before stamping their exit paper. It's the first time for Sasuke and Sakura and the second time for Naruto. Kakashi and Tazuna had more experience in the outside world than their genin. The journey was boring, to say the least. Team 7 with Tazuna were in a loose diamond formation, with Kakashi at the front, Sakura on the sides and Naruto on the rear. Kakashi as usual is studying his porn book and giggling occasionally. Naruto didn't find it interesting but read all the books for the sake of knowledge anyway. The female anatomy was described very detailed in those books and he read it as a part of training. But after reading those books, his raging hormones demanded a girlfriend effective immediately, but with the help of his ironclad will of the Uzumaki clan, Naruto suppressed the desire with no mercy. He had to admit it was a mistake. He doesn't want to have any girl in his class to be his girlfriend as he saw firsthand how fangirlish they were. So he is waiting for a strong kunoichi to be his one true girlfriend. Though the idea of having a girlfriend eluded him, Naruto stood strong and decided to wait as he have many things on his hands now. Keeping his urges aside, he is currently reading the book on Intermediary Seals Volume 9. There are 15 volumes for intermediate level sealing and he took it upon himself to complete them during this trip. This book discusses about the application of seals on various surfaces and other tracking seals which can be applied without making them noticeable. Naruto read about making chakra into ink and is trying to master it. It would be a great boon if he masters it. Mastering his calligraphy gave him many advantages and mastering chakra ink will give him even more. This book has the basics about it. No one is looking at him as he continued to blitz through the pages. He scanned everything with his Sharingan with his contacts on. But when he looked at others, Naruto saw something under Kakashi's headband which has a constant chakra flow into it. Naruto got curious but didn't ask. He is going to keep an eye on it. Sharingan has become his go-to tool when it comes to reading something or learning a new jutsu as it gives him a greater advantage in learning it fast. Naruto made sure to not overly rely on it completely. He heard about not keeping all your eggs in the same basket. So he also trained in his senses and detection skills with clones. Sharingan is a useful tool and he is going to use it as a tool. Naruto found a seal that can completely absorb the chakra within a target and tweaked it a bit and used it to seal his eyes to sharpen his other senses. He also kept a few of those seals in his spare. One chakra absorption seal can absorb or hold up to 3 times the amount of chakra he had. It's quite a sum considering his very large reserves. He didn't use them till now as he never ran out of chakra. He stored all this chakra when he was sleeping or practicing taijutsu and had amassed quite a few of them and had a couple on him while the rest were in Uzumaki estate. The seals are special as Naruto found many applications of them. He is going to test them and see their effectiveness if possible in this mission. He was thinking of all the things he wanted to do on the trip when he was knocked out of his stupor when he saw a puddle of water and his Sharingan showed him something. One of the benefits of using Sharingan is that the user can identify genjutsu fast and dispel them. Naruto turned to Kakashi and saw his eye sharpen. His sensei gave him a subtle nod. Naruto understood. Kakashi is not going to interfere and they should fend off the idiots who chose to hide in a puddle on a bright sunny day. As they walked past the puddle, the plan was enacted. The two figures attacked Kakashi and Naruto saw the man substitute himself. 1 down, 3 to go, told one of them to the other. Sakura screamed in horror when she saw Kakashi being killed. Naruto saw both enemies charging towards them. He and Sasuke jumped in their way. They separated to deal with them one-on-one and Sasuke pulled out a kunai and began to fight one of the men. While Naruto simply took out a kunai and threw at the one coming towards him with wind chakra coating, and it pierced through his chain and his arms fell to the sides as nothing is holding them together. In his moment of surprise, Naruto punched him in the gut and chopped his neck, effectively knocking him out. His body fell forward limply. Naruto saw Sasuke finishing his opponent, but he had some bruises as the Uchiha took some hits and as both of the enemies fell unconscious. They heard clapping and turned to see an alive Kakashi walking towards them with an eye smile. Well done, you two. That's a nice way of dispatching your opponents. But now I have to talk to our client about some things. Won't you say, Tazuna? Kakashi asked seriously. The bridge builder gulped. While Tazuna tried to come up with his best excuses, Naruto observed the two attackers. One of the two had shoulder length, wild dark brown hair and dark eyes. He wore a rebreather that covers the lower half of his face and a large, clawed, poisonous gauntlet on his right arm which had a broken chain coming out of it. He wore a camouflage suit with bandages around his waist, dark-colored, knee-length sandals and a ragged black cape. His Kirigakure forehead protector had a single horn on it. While the had shoulder-length, wild dark brown hair and dark eyes. He also wore a rebreather and had a similar unbroken gauntlet on his other hand. He wore a camouflage suit with bandages around his waist, dark-colored, knee-length sandals and several pouches around his waist. His Kirigakure forehead protector had 2 horns on it. Naruto assumed the two to be brothers from their similar attire and headband while Tazuna completed his explanation. So, let me make this straight. You have people trying to kill you and despite knowing that, you asked for a C-rank mission and expected Konoha to send Chunin and Jounin with you for a normal protection detail. Even after knowing that we were assigned to you, you just stood there, not objecting or saying a word and ended up not only putting yours but also our lives in danger. Kakashi asked seriously and Tazuna reluctantly nodded. You should have told Gigi about your situation and he would have helped you. Now see what you have done. You nearly killed 2 innocent lives because of your carelessness. Is there anything more you left? Naruto asked as Kakashi silently observed. I guess moving forward, the people Gato will send will only be more skilled, Tazuna sighed. Wait, Naruto. You said 2 lives are in danger when we are 3 here, not including Sensei. Are you implying you are not in danger? Sakura asked, using her brain and catching up on the small detail he said in his tirade. Yes, didn't you see how I defended myself? Are you still doubting my capabilities as a shinobi, Sakura? Naruto replied calmly. She recalled all the events from the formation of Team 7 and her eyes widened in surprise. From their first mission as a team, Naruto showed he is skilled by either suggesting better ideas or doing smart work, and also showed his progress in his work by using occasional futon jutsu in their spars against Sasuke. She nodded dumbly. Sasuke's eyes narrowed at Naruto. He should have observed the dough better. Even he didn't notice the change till now. Now, tell me what to do. Cyclope-sensei, what do you suggest? Naruto asked. Well, my cute little blonde. I say we interrogate them for any information and then decide. I know them. They are Gozu and Mizu, B-rank Nukenin from Kirigakure. If I guess correctly, then we have an A-rank Nukenin waiting for us. Let's see, Kakashi said and used a basic interrogation method to extract the information and sent a messenger bird to Konoha about the situation and to pick the tied-up brothers. Okay, so we have an A-rank Nukenin waiting for us. This increased the mission level from C to A. Tell me, do you want to continue or return to Konoha? Kakashi asked sternly, all his tardiness and laziness gone. Acting like a sensei he is. Tazuna pleaded to come to Nami and their situation in more detail and argued they didn't have time to go back to Konoha and return as time is of the essence. His pleas worked as Naruto and Sasuke agreed, and Sakura followed Sasuke's lead and agreed, and they set forward to Nami knowing that an A-rank Nukenin awaits them. As they moved, with their senses and eyes on high alert, they came across the sea separating Nami from the mainland, and an accomplice of Tazuna rowed them silently to the other side under the disguise of mist and evening mist. Team 7 with Tazuna landed on the shore and moved inwards. Naruto saw movement in the corner of his eyes when Kakashi shouted, "Duck!" pulling Tazuna with him. They all ducked as a large cleaver went past them at the place where their heads would be and stuck to a tree. A man landed on the large sword, standing on it as if it is a springboard. He was a tall and noticeably muscular man with light grayish skin, short spiky black hair, dark brown eyes and small eyebrows. He was wearing bandages like a mask over the bottom half of his face and had a relatively narrow jawline and jagged teeth. He wore his forehead protector sideways on his head, identifying him from Kirigakure, and the slash across it explains that he is no longer allied to that village. A Nukenin. He is shirtless, with his chest only covered by a belt to which he attached his Kubikira Bocho, executioner's blade. Wearing baggy pants with the striped pattern typical of Kirigakure and mimetic wrist warmers extending up to his elbows, with matching leg warmers. He stood on it as if he is standing on the ground and pulled out the sword, putting it on his shoulder. If it isn't Kakashi Hatake, the copy ninja. No wonder the demon brothers failed. What's this? A bunch of brats trying to play ninja, he mocked. Pressure started to build up in the area, leaking out of the man. Naruto saw his teammates freeze in fear and shock. He knew it won't be long for him to get affected. He read about this and tried to project his own from the books in the Uzumaki library. He understood one thing from the books. Killing intent affects everyone, but the people with either experience or if the user has more potent chakra than the person who is projecting, then that won't affect them. How he didn't know yet. That's why he tried the best way he thought. In this scenario, Naruto is the latter case. Though he cannot escape its complete effects, he is not affected as much as Sakura and Sasuke, who pulled kunai out to hurt themselves to escape the killing intent effects. Kakashi put a hand on Sasuke's hand. Don't worry, Sasuke. I won't let harm be done to you, he said to Sasuke seriously and pulled out his kunai and projected his killing intent, Ki, slash towards Zabuza. The effect on them lessened a bit on them as Tazuna fainted long ago, unable to handle the blood lust. Momochi Zabuza, the demon of Kiri, A-rank Nukenin and is one of the 7 swordsmen of the mist, Kiri no Shinobigatana Shishinin Shu. What do you want? Kakashi asked seriously. Kakashi, leave the old man and go. I assure you, no harm will be done to you or your students, said Zabuza smugly spinning his cleaver around. I can't do that as I'm on a mission and I'm also giving you an option, Zabuza. I don't have any qualms with you. Go away now, you may live, Kakashi retorted. Oh, let's see then, said Zabuza and did a few hand signs. Suetun, Kirigakure no Jutsu, water style, hidden mist jutsu, he said, and mist started to cover the area. The thickness of the mist started to obscure vision, which made Naruto activated his Sharingan to see more clearly. He saw Kakashi take his headband on his left eye and can see the chakra pathways to the left eye. He was surprised at what he saw. Zabuza started projecting more killing intent and started explaining about all vital organs. Naruto had enough. He did some hand signs and whispered. Futon, Rapusho, wind style, gale palm, and a gust of wind like a tornado swept across the landscape and took small pockets of mist away. Zabuza is behind Naruto and threw a kunai at him, and he disperses in a puddle of water as Naruto sent the attack in all directions. Water clones, thought of Naruto and Kakashi at the same time seeing this. Naruto's contacts covered his Sharingan while they also showed Kakashi's. I hate wind users. Who did this? Zabuza asked impatiently. No one said anything. Fine, I'll make this quick, he said and made a few more water clones. They all charged towards the shore while the real Zabuza and Kakashi fought on water. Shadow Clone Jutsu, Naruto said, and 20 clones came into existence and charged to incoming 10 water clones and dispelled them with wind-enhanced hits. While 10 clones surrounded Naruto's team, the remaining 10 charged into the water only to be stopped by Kakashi. Take care of yourselves, Naruto. I'll take care of him, he said, and all the clones returned to the shore. While the original Naruto is watching eagerly with his Sharingan active for all the jutsu that is no doubt going to be thrown around. Suetun. Swahachi no Jutsu, Water Wave Jutsu, said Zabuza, and Kakashi copied it. Suetun. Swahachi no Jutsu, Water Wave Jutsu, Kakashi countered. Both waves clashed and water rushed to the shore while the battle continued on the water. Suetun. Suryuden no Jutsu, Water Dragon Jutsu. Suetun. Suryuden no Jutsu, Water Dragon Jutsu. Again both jutsu clashed and cancelled each other out. Jutsu are thrown around likewise while they are copied and reflected with the same chakra, resulting in both jutsu cancelling each other out. How is this possible? What are you doing, Kakashi? Are you? Zabuza started in confusion. Reading your mind? Kakashi finished for Zabuza. Zabuza had a horrified look at this, and Kakashi charged with a kunai and pierced Zabuza's left shoulder. Zabuza made a water clone that trapped Kakashi in a water prison due to his close proximity. Now I'm going to kill the old man. If your brats come in the way, I'll kill them as well. Good riddance. Brats playing ninja, said Zabuza, clutching his left arm as it started bleeding. He tied it up and charged towards the group, only leaving his water clone to keep Kakashi trapped. He made 20 water clones with much effort, and all of them except the water clone, which is holding Kakashi in prison, charged towards the rest of Team 7. Naruto's 20 clones are waiting, and seeing water clones charge, they took out Mayuri and fought Zabuza in a sword fight. Original Naruto and Zabuza also engaged in a sword fight while Sasuke and Sakura guarded Tazuna. Zabuza and Naruto fought with their swords. Slash, parry, slice, cut, and Zabuza even tried some hooks with the gap in his sword. Naruto escaped all of them. Each time the executioner's blade comes closer to Naruto's body, it will be pushed by some force Zabuza can't figure, and his sword will be cracked at that area. What's this? Do you have something surrounding your body? Zabuza asked in intrigue. Clever brat. Did you cover yourself in wind? I must admit, your so-called peaceful village is producing some strong brats. He complimented. Thanks, old man, but I'm not interested to know about your sword. It's just taking cracks instead of outright broken. Care to explain? Naruto asked in interest. He can see something repair the sword as soon as it is broken or repelled. He wants to apply that to Mayuri if possible. Who doesn't like a self-repairing sword? Nice try, kid, but that would put me in Kiri's most wanted list, Zabuza said with a predatory smirk. As if you are not now, Naruto retorted. Though his Sharingan is advantageous, he can't keep up with Zabuza for long. Then he got an idea. Not bad, brat. You are good with your sword. Let's see what you will do now, Zabuza said hungrily and started making hand signs while holding his sword. Suetun, Suedan no Jutsu, Water Style, Water Bullet Jutsu. A pressurized water bullets shot towards Naruto, and he did his own set of hand signs in reply. Wind Style, Gale Palm, Naruto said, and with a clap of his hands, a gust of wind came and easily dispersed the incoming water bullets easily. Zabuza's eyes widened at that. A genin doing a C-rank jutsu multiple times in the same fight is not commonly seen, and he had a newfound respect for Naruto now. You are beyond genin, brat. Let's see how you counter this, Zabuza said, but before he can do anything, someone interrupted him. Keton, Gokaku no Jutsu, Fire Style, Great Fireball Jutsu, yelled Sasuke, fed up with being on the sidelines. He is not going to sit to the side while Naruto fights everything. Zabuza had to jump back to escape the hot fireball coming towards him. Oh, a new brat. I thought of playing with you more, kid. But looks like your luck has run out, he said, and rapidly doing hand signs. Suetun, Daibakufu no Jutsu, Water Style, Great Waterfall Jutsu, he said. A large water wave started to form from the river where Kakashi was stuck into a large wave. The force of this waterfall is great enough to hollow out the ground, washing away everything in the area as it moved towards Naruto and Sasuke. What are you waiting for? Do that fireball jutsu again. Naruto yelled at Sasuke as he started making hand signs, few of his clones joining with them. Fire Style, Great Fireball Jutsu, Sasuke called, blitzing through hand signs. Wind Style, Gale Palm, said 3 clones. Wind Style, Great Breakthrough, said the original with 2 clones. Wind and fire jutsu merged to form a big fireball and met the incoming waterfall halfway. Large amounts of steam were released as the attacks fought for supremacy and evaporated each other. Sasuke and Zabuza started taking deep breaths as the mist dispersed. Zabuza, you are injured and your clone can't leave me. You can't keep up with Naruto anymore. I'll make your death as peaceful as possible. Surrender, said Kakashi from the prison. Naruto's clone is slowly swimming towards the water prison, and knowing this, Kakashi started to divert his attention. I won't give up, Kakashi. Do you think this brat can defeat me? I'm holding back to test him. I must admit, I'm impressed with him. But remember, Kakashi, this is not over, and I'll kill that old man, Zabuza challenged, pointing his sword towards Tazuna. Bunshin Daibakuha, Greek clone explosion. Naruto whispered and his clone in the water exploded, creating strong ripples that made Zabuza's water clone lose his balance and Kakashi escaped in a lapse of attention. "Shit, it seems you are lucky, old man," said Zabuza and threw a smoke bomb and vanished into the winds, not even leaving a blood trail behind from his wound. His water clone dispelled after that and Kakashi sighed in relief, but his exhaustion caught up and he fell face first into the water, drowning. One of Naruto's clones jumped in and brought him up. "Thanks, Naruto." "Tazuna, where's your house again?" Kakashi asked weakly, and now awake Tazuna replied. "It's just a few miles away, follow me," and they followed him to his home. Tazuna's house. After a long walk, the group finally arrived at Tazuna's house, which is a small 2-story building to the side of the road. Naruto's clones were holding on to Kakashi, while Sakura and Sasuke were walking with the bridge builder. As they arrived, Tazuna knocked on the door. A young lady opened the door to greet them. She was apprehensive to open it, but as soon as Tazuna called out, she opened it in a rush. "Father?" Tsunami asked in joy, and when Tazuna nodded, she hugged him. "I was worried, father," she said, and Tazuna consoled her. "These are the shinobi that helped me get here, and they are going to stay with us till I complete my bridge," Tazuna explained, and Tsunami welcomed them with a happy smile. Tsunami was a young woman with fair skin and long blue hair. She wore a short-sleeved pink shirt with the end of the sleeves and the collar is red and a long blue skirt. "Ma'am, can you make a room for our injured sensei?" Sakura asked as Naruto and Sasuke nudged her, and Tsunami happily obliged and made a room for Kakashi to relax and for them to chat with him. An hour passed while they waited for Kakashi to wake up, and Sasuke finally lost his patience. "So Naruto, want to tell us how you know wind-style jutsu and you know kenjutsu?" Sasuke asked with an annoyed and angry look. The only people in the room were Team 7 while Kakashi is resting and Tazuna and Tsunami preparing meals for them. Sasuke was looking at Naruto intensely as the dobe managed to outdo him in their confrontation with Zabuza. Sasuke didn't know how Naruto knew all these techniques and why he wasn't aware of them till now. He didn't know they could learn how to wield a sword that easily and why he wasn't taught. Overall, he is very unhappy and wanted to know anything and everything that can make him strong. If he had known, he would have learnt them and gotten a step closer to defeating him. "Yeah, Naruto, you didn't tell us about these," Sakura said, supporting Sasuke with a huff. She was really stunned by Naruto's performance on the bridge and couldn't help but keep the awe she felt from her tone. The jutsu Naruto used were perfectly executed and impressive. She doesn't know what else he is hiding from them and is doubting if they know anything about the blonde boy. "A ninja must keep his secrets and always look underneath. The underneath is the rule I follow. I didn't tell you about my techniques and kenjutsu because I want to show my progress when I have mastered them," Naruto said with a shrug. Both his teammates' eyes widened at the statement. "Then it's a good thing you're going to have another chance." Kakashi smirked as he woke from his slumber, just in time to hear Naruto's words. "Sensei," Sakura said, surprised that their teacher had recovered so quickly. At least that's what she thought. "Damn, so you also saw it." Naruto chuckled, not as surprised as others. "What's going on?" Sakura asked in nervous confusion. She had a bad feeling about this. Maybe coming to Nami is a mistake is her first thought. "Zabuza is still alive and will definitely come for Tazuna to finish his job. What I and Sensei are talking about is that there is another person with Zabuza the whole time. When he threw the smoke bomb, that person swooped in and took him from the area," Naruto explained, and Kakashi nodded in agreement. "You did well against Zabuza today, Naruto. You too, Sasuke. You both did well by protecting the client, Sasuke, Sakura." "Well done," Kakashi said with a thumbs up. Though Naruto didn't show it, he felt happy while Sasuke and Sakura puffed up their chests in pride. "But be very careful next time. Zabuza is very experienced and powerful ninja. He might not have taken you seriously this time, but he will next time. What worked once won't work again," Kakashi said, and his students nodded. "Sure, and luckily for us, we have a little while to train and get ready," Naruto said with a smirk. "Yes, but right now we should get some food. All of us could use that," Kakashi said with an eye smile. A few minutes later, Tsunami came to call them for dinner. They happily dug in and had a nice meal after a well-fought battle with an A-ranked missing ninja. The topic of Naruto's sudden increase in skill, wind jutsu and kenjutsu has been forgotten for the moment as all 4 ninjas ate happily. Everything Tsunami cooked for them was happily devoured. Chapter 3. Diving into a whirlpool. Next morning. It was early in the morning and Naruto was at the seashore. With a few hand signs and a drop of his blood, 3 clones puffed around him. Naruto brought the blood clones he sealed in his scroll here as spare. They all have 10th of his chakra and a couple of chakra absorption seals if needed. They stood calmly, waiting for the original to speak. "One of you stay with the team and does as Kakashi says. One of you practice all the jutsu we copied yesterday from Zabuza, and the last one is going to investigate Gato and his activities. If he plans something that may endanger the team, finish him off and don't forget to take all his assets and transfer them to our international bank account. Is that clear?" he asked as got a collective hi. He did many things in addition to just train in the month-long absence from his team. After gambling, he understood how easily he can earn money with his legendary luck. So Naruto went to an international bank in the same town and opened a bank account there in addition to his current account in Konoha Bank. International banks have a special privilege of sorts compared to the local banks in each shinobi village. According to some agreement said to have done at the time of the Shodai, international banks are given immunity to shinobi war as essentials are necessary for every nation. This allows trade and other merchant activities to go through smoothly even if a shinobi war is going on, and the fact this promise wasn't breached by any elemental nation during the 3 shinobi wars shows how well the agreement worked. Good, now go. I'm going to our ancestral land, the original said, and all the clones' eyes widened at that but nodded. They all dispersed to their job. Naruto took out a map of the elemental nations and saw Uzushio to the north of Nami. This map is an old one and he found it in the Uzumaki estate. He performed a few hand signs. Futon Tobu, wind style. Jump, said Naruto. Flying always allured him when he saw birds in his childhood, so he vowed to create a cool jutsu to fly one day. To reach that goal, Naruto tried many types to fly, but he can't figure out how to use the wind to that level yet and how to be immune to the change in wind pressure when he goes up. So he settled for a better alternative for now. With wind chakra at the end of his feet, he can jump high into air, so he started using this in conjunction with his surface sticking exercises like tree walking and water walking and created a semi-flying jutsu. He would kick earth hard and shoot up into the air, and with subtle wind manipulation, pushes himself into the direction he wants to go, and the result came in his favor. Next, he tested how far he can be pushed, and on his landing. The first time he landed, the place he landed broke because of the wind at his feet and he was half buried in the ground. After achieving landing perfectly as well, Naruto practiced a few more times and is now confident in using jumps to go to Uzushio from Nami with a burst of wind. Naruto shot to the north where Uzushio is located. Scene break. It took Naruto 4 hours to reach Uzushio, but what he saw wrenched his heart. Everything was destroyed, leaving only pillars of stone. There are also faded marks of blood and piles of weapons around. Naruto activated his Sharingan to see any chakra trace in the area. He knew it would be impossible for anything to stand this type of destruction, but against all odds he tried. He can't see any bodies around though. But to his amazement, there are still tracks of chakra flow with so many hidden mechanisms in the village running underground. When looked down at the city structure, he saw a massive labyrinth of chakra activity underground. Naruto couldn't understand how the attackers didn't find out about this, but also he doubted the possibility as his clan proved their intelligence to him with their letter and message in Uzumaki estate. Hidden by destroyed rocks and rubble, there is a hidden small city underground. But before going in, Naruto looked around for any other places where chakra is active. He found a large building in the form of a shrine and made his way there first. It is a large ruined building with most of its structure broken with grass and fungi partying, but the first floor is intact and Naruto entered in without any problem. There were skeletons of dead people surrounding the entrance as if guarding it, and he can see a thin layer of chakra from it. Cautiously, Naruto went in and saw a figure on the main wall of the building. He didn't pay it much mind as a large spiral was engraved in the pillars and ceiling of the building. From what he knew about his clan, every spiral they draw has something hidden in it, and Naruto knew this spiral will be special as well. Naruto saw a large scroll sitting on a cushion with golden endings and red color carvings with various colors going in the middle in the center of the room. To Naruto, it reminded the forbidden scroll of seals. Curious what it was about, Naruto moved closer to inspect. His Sharingan showed him something. The scroll is protected by a large sealing matrix, and Naruto observed various kanji in it. Blood, Uzumaki, death, chakra absorption, electrification seals, etc. They have so many hidden mechanisms that can kill if the party touching doesn't have Uzumaki blood, if he understood it correctly. The scroll can only be opened by an Uzumaki with their blood. If anyone tries to open it, they may suffer chakra exhaustion, chakra poisoning, death in case of people with average or below average chakra reserves, and in some cases chakra sealing. Naruto knew he has Uzumaki blood as the Uzumaki estate proved as it asked for his blood at every step when he first went there. So with confidence, he cut his finger with a kunai. As Naruto spread his blood across the scroll, there was a loud clicking sound and his blood vanished and his wound healed instantly. He sighed in relief, as he didn't die of anything. His self-musings were stopped as the scroll started to emit steam and a small sheet landed in Naruto's hands. There are 2 scrolls, a small one beside a large one. Naruto took the small one and opened it, and with a bit of his chakra, a hologram or something like that of an old man started playing. He is a wise-looking old man wearing blue battle armor with gray hair and violet eyes looking at Naruto in pride with his hands clasped. Dear descendants, my name is Ashura Uzumaki. I'm the current head of the Uzumaki clan and leader of Uzushio. I hope you met our prince, and the following should only be read by him. There was another matrix. Naruto silently dropped another blood drop and letters started forming. My dear prince, I hope you are safe and doing well. I left this scroll here instead of transporting it to the Uzumaki estate in Konoha because I want you to visit your homeland. I know you were aware of the Uzumaki prince story. We were being attacked by Kiri, Iwa, and Kumo. Even though our clan didn't enter into shinobi wars and actively participate in any other conflicts, we are the first shinobi village to exist. Uzushio is the first shinobi village, and we are a warrior clan as well. We loved peace and our family. Our clan values those most, peace and family. We didn't do any of the backhanded tricks that all the shinobi villages do to each other. We are here loving our family and minding our business, but we're massacred because of our fuinjutsu prowess. I don't want you to take revenge or anything. They have suffered enough for their insolence in our noble clansmen. I want you to be careful, my dear prince. I'm sure we were able to kill most of the attacking forces. We sent our young children away as they are the future of our village and clan. My dear prince, As your grandfather and the current clan head, I bestow you the Uzumaki clan knowledge. Everything from Fuinjutsu to Juinjutsu and all the forbidden and secret techniques we created are there in this scroll. I entrust you with the future of the Uzumaki clan and hereby name you the clan head and guardian of the Uzushigokure. Honor our memory and live a long and happy life. There is a ritual that is going to take place as soon as this is done. Don't worry, it is not dangerous. It is in place to completely transfer the charge to you. I know you didn't have a good childhood, my dear Mago, grandson, but I am glad you are safe. The ritual will also get rid of any growth stunt you have due to factors that could be avoided. It will make your body stronger and will give you full access to our clan's Kekiai Genkai. Take care of yourself, Mago. Remember, the world is not all black and white and we are shinobi. Our clan is a great reminder of that. If you want peace, you should be ready to fight for it. We thought we could escape the conflicts and wars if we stayed away from them and not participated. We were proven wrong when 3 of the 5 shinobi nations attacked us. Become strong and bring the peace our clan died for. We will always be with you in memory. P.S. The scroll has a picture of our family. It's the only thing I could salvage. With love, Ajiken, Ashura Uzumaki. Naruto felt tears coming from his eyes and saw the Uzumaki symbol beneath him glow a brighter red. His mind went blank after that as the ritual went on. Meanwhile, with blood clones. While the original was on his way to Uzushio, the blood clones fell into their job and did their part perfectly. First, they assigned duties. The first blood clone will go to Team 7 while the second one went to practice the jutsu they copied with some shadow clones while the last one took on the investigation duty. When the first clone returned, Kakashi was up and everyone was having breakfast. With the excuse of morning exercise, the clone joined them. After their breakfast, Kakashi started their training. Let's start. Does any one of you know about chakra control? Kakashi asked. He has a Naruto clone supporting as he still can't walk. Kakashi thought his clone did their job of carrying him well yesterday and assigned one clone of supporting him. Naruto had to follow and made a clone just to follow the man and what he wants to do. As usual, Sakura puked all her book knowledge and Kakashi smiled. Correct. Now let me show a method to increase your control. This allows you to control your chakra better and use it efficiently, he explained and walked up to a tree with the clone supporting. You need to send chakra to the soles of your feet and walk like this, Kakashi said and walked a few feet on the tree. All of them gave surprised reactions, including Naruto, and Kakashi asked them to practice it till they master it and left. The second blood clone created 100 clones and assigned them a specific jutsu. One squad of 10 clones in addition to this were practicing the Genjutsu, which is effectively using the eye of hypnotism part of Sharingan well. Each squad started practicing a specific jutsu. While one practiced the water dragon jutsu, another practiced water wave jutsu and hidden mist jutsu. Their practice went on like that. The blood clone didn't stop there. It also instructed another squad to practice the Kenjutsu mimicking Zabuza's moments wielding a shadow clone version of the executioner blade. They chose an unused part of the island for their practice and also secured the perimeter with some proximity seals and noise suppression seals so all their loud practice will not be heard by anyone. The third blood clone is also doing his duty and is currently watching Gato. The short businessman looked disgusting to him with his appearance. He has shaggy brown hair and sports a pair of small, circular black glasses, which doesn't suit him, and wore a black suit with a purple tie, a yellow shirt underneath his coat and closed-toed shoes. Naruto found the short films collection of Under the Rug dealings going in the Wave Country and what he is actually doing in his short watch a few hours. All Gato's activities didn't amuse the clone a bit, and all he wanted is to bang the short fuck's face repeatedly into a burning oven and kill painfully. But he stuck to his watch duty for now. That evening, somewhere on Nami Island. As the day passed, all the blood clones discussed their progress and plans. They can't contact the original for some reason and they decided to take things into their hands. Kakashi with Tazuna and I have just returned from the ongoing bridge work. The day went peacefully without any interference from anybody. I think the clone I left is still practicing tree climbing and Sakura already mastered it, the first one said. I practiced the jutsu. They are coming good and found a way to increase the efficiency of clones. I think we can dispel the genjutsu cast on us by Kakashi now, he said proudly. Really? Asked other clones. Yup, we practiced a lot and after multiple tries, I managed to break through 4 clones simultaneously casting. So I think we can escape them, he assured, and all of them jumped in joy. I don't want to dispel the clones now and create a headache to the original. So I didn't dispel them yet. That's good. We don't know how he is and can't contact him either. So better to wait till he asks you to, said the third, and the other 2 nodded and looked at him. The short fuck is so screwed. I'm sure boss will kill him immediately for everything he did. Is it that bad? Yes, it's worse than the unofficial mission, boss went on. You know how it turned out. Yeah, so what do we do? Just wait. Continue your assigned job, and if the boss didn't contact even tomorrow, we can discuss a plan of action then, said the first blood clone, and others nodded and dispersed. Dinner time. Tazuna's house. Not knowing of everything happening in Nami, Team 7 with Tazuna's family are having dinner after a day of full effort. Everything went well for all except Inari, Tazuna's grandson. After hearing all the progress Team 7 is making, he threw a tantrum about the failure of the team's mission and other antagonistic words. Slap. Naruto's clone couldn't take it, slapped Inari. Care to repeat it, brat? he asked with his eyes narrowing at the young boy. Inari's tear-stained eyes glared back harshly and tried to run away, but something, more like someone, stopped him. Listen, brat. I know that your country is suffering from a tyrant and know about your father's story, as I heard about him in the murmurs around town. When someone tried to stand against Gato, and they will be beaten by the thugs he hired. Naruto spoke, holding Inari's hand in a vice-like grip. At this point, all the people in the house have their attention fixed on Naruto. Tsunami wanted to stop, but something told her it would be futile and stayed quiet. But your grandfather, despite knowing all this and the price he would pay if he was captured by Gato, is risking his life to construct that bridge. A bridge that will connect this island to the mainland. A bridge of hope. A bridge of dreams. For what? So that you don't need to suffer anymore. So that anyone on Nami doesn't need to suffer the fate Kaiser suffered. He even lied to the Hokage about the mission parameters, and if he was to step into Konoha again, he would be executed instantly without any investigations. But still, he did it for you, Inari, Naruto said, daring the brat to make a move or raise his voice. But Inari wisely did none and just whimpered. He is doing it for your people. The people of Nami, and that includes you, Inari, an ungrateful brat who only knows to cry like a coward and show his back to his family instead of helping them. Do you know how much your mother bears the taunts and threatening calls of the thugs made on your grandfather and herself? Everyone knows she is living with an old man and a good-for-nothing son. She endures all those, and what are you giving her in return? Running away from problems, not listening to her words, and throwing useless, foolish and childish temper tantrums about a dead man who is a hero, who tried to fight against the tyranny of Gato. You are a worthless shit and don't have any right to comment on the actions of others, and what did you say? We all are going to die. Naruto asked furiously, forcefully lifting Inari's gaze into his eyes. Inari saw flashing a dangerous red for a moment as it disappeared as fast as it appeared and was chilled to the core. We are shinobi. Death and risk is part of the job. We are not afraid of death, and every shinobi dies for their village happily as they love it and protect it till their demise. Shinobi are killers and are aware of looming death at each corner of the road. But you are not one of us. You also have a loving grandfather and mother who love you and provide you with everything you need, and you behave like a coward and belittle them for your uselessness, ungrateful brat? If I hear you cry about the loss of your father or don't listen to your mother again, I'll show you true death, Naruto said with rage, and Inari stayed silent. Is that understood? He asked the crying mess of a child who pissed his pants due to sheer fear. Inari slowly nodded and Naruto took his hand. Good. Now get lost. He growled, and Inari ran to his room instead of going outside. I'm sorry, Tizuna, but your grandson needs a reality check, he said sadly as the old bridge builder nodded sorrowfully. Naruto also apologized to Tsunami and left the house to blow off some steam. Stupid brat and his foolish behavior, he grumbled as he left Tizuna's house, leaving a completely stunned Team 7 with their mouths hitting the ground. Naruto just went out, not even telling Kakashi where he was going. Normally, Kakashi would have objected and asked him where he was going. But the man was in such a state of shock, he didn't notice Naruto leaving. Kakashi didn't see this side of Naruto ever. Even when he was tailing Naruto in his childhood, Naruto was always a kind, cheerful and hyperactive boy. He knew Mizuki incident as the Hokage briefed him on what happened. But Kakashi didn't expect Naruto to change this much. To slap a cowardly child who always spoke about their shinobi uselessness and saying things to his mother and grandfather is not a good thing to do, yes. He knew Naruto would react, yes, but he thought it would be in a more subdued way. Either by telling Inari of Naruto's own life or his struggles in life. But not like slapping Inari, which even his mother and grandfather didn't dare to do, and saying to his face that he is a cowardly, useless and ungrateful brat is a new thing. I think I should observe him more carefully. Not that this change is unwelcomed, but to know what extent it is in him, thought Kakashi. He is going to report this to the Hokage after the mission is done. Next morning, after calling the second clone and practicing everything they learnt in the day to blow off some steam, the first clone slept while the second clone went to do his work. Naruto heard someone enter the clearing and pick herbs. He silently observed what they were picking and knew the herbs the person is picking are used to treat chakra exhaustion and injuries in particular from his knowledge. Naruto knew who was injured like that. According to his estimate, Zabuza might take another 3 to 5 days to heal if the person healing him is an expert. From the herbs this person is picking, he knew they are an expert. He woke up to see a girl? Pick all the herbs silently and fully woke up. Ah, hello? Naruto greeted the person. Hello, Shinobi-san. What you are doing here? She asked in a kind tone. She had long black hair, pale skin and large, dark brown eyes, and a slender frame, and wore a sleeveless pink kimono, with pale red edges and decorated with small plum-colored swirls, that went to her ankles. Around her waist was a simple white obi tied in a bow, and she wore a pair of light brown sandals with dark straps. She also wore a dark-colored choker around her neck. She is definitely gorgeous. Training. I pushed it too far last night, Naruto said sheepishly. Are you going to be all right? She asked in concern. Of course, don't worry. What are you collecting? Some herbs for my injured parent. What happened to them? They slipped and fell. They're badly injured, she explained with a sad look. What an actor, Naruto thought. Why is he dumb? He is smarter than this in his fight with Zabuza-sama, Haku thought. Where are my manners? My name is Naruto, Naruto said, extending his hand. Haku, Haku said, extending her hand. Oh, I'm a boy, Haku said with a sweet smile. What? Naruto yelled in surprise. Chapter 4. Parents' Love. In Uzushio, Naruto didn't know what happened, and as his memories settled in, he caught up with everything that happened and frantically looked around to see his grandfather. But he is nowhere to be found. He knew his grandfather told him that the ritual would fix some things and it was not harmful. But seeing the unfamiliar surroundings, Naruto was confused. It's like a beach with its sides having bluish-greenish water. Though Naruto can't see any sun, the area is bright with everything clearly visible to him. As he walked deeper, he saw a big cage with large iron bars with the kanji for seal on it on a sealing paper. Naruto deduced where he is. He is in his seal and in front of the Kyuubi's cage. He got curious about his seal, but as he couldn't understand what it was other than some minor details, he chose not to experiment with it. He saw glowing red eyes stare back at him from within the cage. Why have you summoned me here, Kyuubi? Naruto asked without a hint of fear. But before the Kyuubi could answer, another voice interrupted. Naruto, someone gasped. Naruto turned to see the person who called him and froze in shock. There, in front of him stood the most beautiful woman he has ever seen. She has long red hair which from the first look, he loved a lot. She was a fair-skinned and slender woman of feminine build with joyful violet eyes. Her red hair was straight and reached her ankles with shoulder-length strands that framed both sides of her face and a black clip that parts her hair to the left. She wore a white high-collared, sleeveless blouse under a long, loose-fitting green dress with a wristband on her left wrist and standard shinobi sandals. He knew this woman. His heart thumped faster. He just saw her photo recently after all. Ka-chan. Naruto whispered and felt being hugged. Kushina was surprised that he knew her, but her motherly instincts took over and hugged her beloved son with so much love and joy. Her wish came true. She finally met her son. Though she felt it was just yesterday that they left him, she can see his headband and guess at least he is 12. Kyuubi watched all this in amusement. Looks like he is going to be entertained today. What a touching reunion. Won't you join, Yandame? He said in joy. This made the hugging mother and son look in the direction of the Kyuubi's gaze. Kushina was surprised to see her late husband here, but Naruto was most shocked. There stood the man he looked up to as an idol and his hero, Namikaze Minato, the Yandame Hokage. He is a tall man with cerulean blue eyes similar to his and spiky blonde hair with lower bangs than his. He also had jaw-length bangs framing either side of his face. He wore a blue Konoha uniform with 2 bands on both of his sleeves, a jounin flak jacket, a blue forehead protector, blue sandals and a short-sleeved long white haori over his attire, closed in the front by a thin orange rope. The haori was decorated by red flame-like motifs on the edges, with the kanji for 4th Fire Shadow, Yandame Hokage, written vertically down the back connected by small dots. Naruto can see it now. Their resemblance was uncanny. If the joy of seeing his mother isn't there, he would be heartbroken by the realization. It couldn't be, he said, unable to control his shock and surprise. Looks like your brat figured it, Kushina, said an amused Kyuubi. Kushina just stared at her son in concern as his eyes morphed into the familiar red of the Sharingan in front of her and gasped. Why? Is the only question Naruto asked, and it is directed to Minato. The man in question sighed and his shoulders slumped in defeat. I don't have another option, Naruto. I want to save the village, but I don't want my family broken because of my selfishness to protect the village and decided to seal the young Kyuubi in you with help of the Shinigami and the Yin half in me. But as the sealing started, the weakened Kyuubi broke out of your mother's chains and attacked to kill you, its next vessel. As I chose to sacrifice already, I jumped in the way. But Kushina also jumped to stop it. The wound was fatal, and with my remaining strength, I sealed the young Kyuubi in you and added a small part of our chakras to guide you when you try to take control of its power. But I feel light again, as if something is being lifted off me. I don't understand what was happening. I'm sorry for everything, Naruto, Minato said sadly as he walked closer to Naruto. I saw everything you went through, son. I know I can't ask you for forgiveness for everything you went through, but I hope you find what I am about to say reasonable enough for my selfish act. The Kyuubi is a powerful Biju, Naruto. It is dash. I'm a he, Minato, interrupted the Kyuubi, and Minato nodded in acknowledgement. He is said to be the strongest of the Biju, and I can't trust anyone with such power. Moreover, only Uzumaki can host the Kyuubi because of certain traits they have, and your mother is very weak from childbirth and Kyuubi's attack. You are the only option, but I also have another strong reason. I want to give you a chance to fight the man who is the cause behind all this, son. He came out of nowhere and killed the guards and took Kushina hostage and released the Kyuubi, and as she is weak, she couldn't stop it. He claims to be Uchiha Madara, and that worried me. I fought him, and though I won, the damage was already done. I want to give you a chance against him if he is the real Uchiha Madara, Naruto. He is a dangerous man rumored to be Shodai's equal in strength. Minato stopped as he came face to face with Naruto and saw the blood reds of a matured Sharingan. Minato, his eyes, said Kushina, coming out of her shock as Kyuubi sent a small wave of his chakra to continue his entertainment. Yes, Kushina, no doubt. They are the Sharingan. Naruto. Minato woke Naruto from his shock as he is still frozen, knowing his own father pushed the worst fate on him. I want you to carefully listen to this, Naruto, Minato said sternly, all his guilt and sorrow gone. Naruto knew what his father is doing as his Gigi sometimes changes like that. This is a very well-guarded secret none knew, Naruto. So, I suggest caution in sharing it with anyone, he said seriously, and Naruto nodded. Though Naruto wants to strangle the man to death, he can't right now as the seriousness in his tone and face told him this is not a joke. I don't know what the academy taught you, but just like how the Uzumaki clan are cousins to the Senju clan, the Namikaze clan are cousins to the Uchiha clan. Minato dropped the bomb and Naruto's eyes widened to the size of dinner plates and cubes as well. He didn't know of this fact as Kushina blocked him most of the time when he was inside her. Now, this got even more interesting for him. What? Yes, Naruto. Long ago, a group of Uchiha who didn't awaken their Sharingan separated themselves from the Uchiha clan and formed a new clan. The Namikaze clan spend their lives as merchants. Legend says that it is highly unlikely for a Namikaze to awaken their Sharingan, but if one awakens it, they will be the strongest of the generation. Here lays a key difference between the Uchiha and us. While the Uchiha awakens the Sharingan when something emotionally strong happens, we awaken the Sharingan when there is a great loss and there is deep despair. I can only imagine what you went through to awaken the Sharingan, Naruto. Sharingan awakened in all our previous members proved to be stronger than the Uchiha awakened in the same period. I don't know what makes us different, the generation skip or the emotions we go through to awaken it. I don't know because I couldn't awaken it. But I heard that the Namikaze who awakens the Sharingan will change. Change significantly from the inside out. It somehow affects the psyche and thinking of the user. Since we have lived generations without the Sharingan and seeing Sharingan as merely a tool is created among the Namikaze clan rather than the almighty weapon that the Uchiha boasted is. I saw the changes in you. It did you more good than anyone else. It changed you for the better, said Minato. His long explanation ended and it took a few minutes for Naruto to sink in. Kushina hugged her son, trying her best to console him. Naruto was somewhat relaxed after his mother hugged him and he returned the hug subconsciously. Damn it, when I thought he is going to be an interesting container, he awakened that good-for-nothing shit and now I learned that they are distant relatives of those bastards. The Kyuubi thought in rage. Though the Uchiha not being in any way related to him did more damage to him than anyone and he particularly hates one man with passion. Naruto, Stop your useless lecture and do something to distract him. You went on and on, I don't know whether you are giving your knowledge or just droning around, Kushina said, elbowing Minato. Ah, sorry, I didn't mean to, but it sorta happened like that. Naruto, where do you live? I know the villagers are bad to you, but I couldn't see everything. So yeah, he explained himself. What? Why are the villagers bad to my son? Kushina asked, hearing about it for the first time. Whoa, calm down, Kushina. Someone spread about Naruto's Jinchuriki status as he was ill-treated after that, explained Minato, and he later realized his mistake. What did you say? She asked in a dangerously sweet tone as her hair started to grow and a figure of 10 tails formed. Leave it, Mom. I have come to terms with it. I don't care what they think of me anymore, said Naruto, grabbing Kushina's hand as she started to move towards Minato. Naruto, I'm Dash. I live in a single-bedroom dingy apartment at the edge of the Shinobi district. It has a bedroom, bathroom, kitchen, and a balcony, but I can see the best part of Konoha from there. I think it was constructed a long time ago, but it is in good condition. Though I would like to have some more comforts like a new bed and furniture as the ones in it are pretty old and live in a relatively large house. I can manage, Naruto said in a stern tone. But now I found the Uzumaki estate and started living there for the most part. My blood clone replaced me since my graduation, he explained. You can do blood clone? Kushina asked with stars in her eyes. Naruto gave her a thumbs up and made one to show her. I'm a blood clone, Databeo, said the clone with a big grin. Kushina started poking and testing his durability while Minato recollected himself. Naruto, what you are living in was my apartment before I moved out after becoming jounin with your mother. If I'm correct, it has a balcony which gives a perfect view of Hokage Monument. Is it not? Naruto nodded. He seems somewhat recovered from the shock. Though there is not much joy outside, he is happy to know he is living in his father's apartment. Maybe Gigi did this one thing right, came a passing thought. There are some seals I made to hide some things in that house. I forgot them there when I moved out. Some scrolls have the beginnings of Rasengan and Hiraishin hidden in the cabinet below the cooker in the kitchen. It is blood-sealed, and if you apply your blood, I think it would recognize you. Take them as a gift for all the birthdays I missed, and there are some other basic elemental jutsu and chakra exercises. You can use them as well. Everything there is yours, son. I'm sorry that I had to seal the Kyuubi in you, but I don't have another option. Minato apologized at last. His responsibility as the Hokage stopped him from pouring his heart to Naruto till now, but seeing the damage his village did to him, his mask finally cracked. Naruto hugged him for the first time in all this time and Minato tearfully expressed his regret. He knew some instances where Naruto suffered, but in all his calculations, he didn't think the village would make him awaken the Sharingan. He saw in his childhood how difficult it is for them, the Namikaze, to awaken the Sharingan. Instead of just a strong emotional outburst like the Uchiha, they need constant despair hanging around and bearing it as hell. He knew awakening the Sharingan is a slow process for them and only Kami knows how much despair Naruto went through to finally awaken. If only he knew it before all this happened. As his Hokage side weakened, everything became more clear for him. His father's side took over. I know it is late, Naruto, but for what it is worth, I'm sorry, Naruto. I shouldn't have sealed the QB in you or at least believed the people of Konoha would look past their hatred. I'm sorry, son, Minato said, bowing his head in defeat and surrender. Kushina's hand was on her mouth in shock. He walked up to the bowing Hokage and lifted him. I can understand your situation, Dad. I don't think it is your mistake. As the Hokage, you are chosen to protect the people of the village, and you did an excellent job by protecting the entirety of Konoha from his attack. Even if it resulted in your family being torn, I forgive you. You saved so many lives and you are my hero for that, Naruto said and hugged his father. Minato cried tears of joy. He was forgiven for what he dubbed as the biggest mistake and regret of his life. I can't fault you entirely. The populace of Konoha should also take the blame. Gigi is too old to deal with this, he said, and Minato didn't comment on that. That line reminded him and Kushina of the various promises the old man had made in their dying breath. I won't say they are completely innocent either, though I sealed him in you to save my village and balance of power in 5 great nations. I'm sorry, Naruto. I did what I thought best without listening to your mother's advice and opinion. I'm sorry for that, Kushina, he said as the redhead walked up to them and both mother and son bonked him and yelled, Baka. Minato endured, and after a sheepish smile, they had a family hug. Kushina felt tears of joy as meeting and talking to Naruto eluded her all this time, as she still regretted leaving him alone to fend for himself like that. But seeing him all grown up and doing the Uzumaki clan's greatest invention was heartwarming. Thinking of the greatest inventions, she does have something to share as well. What made you suddenly appear here and where is this? Naruto asked, and Minato chuckled and replied happily. This is your mindscape, Naruto. This is a mental representation of your mind and a part of it. And as for our appearance here, I have sealed a bit of mine and Kushina's chakra in your seal as a last-ditch effort to help you. I would help in case you ever reached Eight-Tails state and your mother, at the time you fight the QB for his chakra and control over him. But I think the Uzumaki ritual you are going through did this. Didn't it say it is going to repair the malfunctions and malnutrition if it can be avoided? Minato asked, and Naruto nodded. Kushina found a word that triggered a squeal, and Naruto explained what was going on. So you are in Uzushio? She asked, perplexed. She didn't think her son would come to Uzushio one day after its destruction in the Second Great Shinobi War. Yes, Kachan, and I saw Ajiken as well. So you are implying that the ritual has fixed the seal and ejected your chakra, as it is a foreign source? Naruto asked dumbly, to which Minato and Kushina nodded. Though Naruto is good at seals, he didn't think he is going to be at the same level as his parents, who are Fujitsu masters. They understood the mechanism of the ritual to such an extent that started explaining what it does to Naruto. I don't think I'll get another chance to meet you both like this, so let's do something. I can't have you both feeling sad with me around, said Naruto, and both his parents nodded. But I have something I should also teach you before we get distracted. Let's see, Kushina said, which made the father and son look at her expectantly. If you have come to Uzushio, then you can visit our home and take anything from there, as everything there belongs to you. I don't know what condition it is in. The house is to the right of the Uzukage. Yes, Tuchan was very happy to call himself that. Uzukage Tower in the middle of the village. I'll teach you about chakra absorption jutsu as well, Kushina said with an excited glint in her eyes. She got happy and cheerful audience as Minato and Naruto started to talk to each other about everything they can do with such jutsu. Chakra absorption techniques, chakra Q and jutsu, allow the user to absorb the chakra of another individual and utilize it as if it were their own. The Uzumaki clan had a variation for this. Absorbing others' chakra requires some medium to do so, whether it be a jutsu, weapon, or others. Some can absorb chakra simply by making physical contact with a target. There is a seal prepared by the Uzumaki clan for this. However, the technique I'm going to teach you is an advanced version of that seal, as it doesn't require any of the above but just contact with your chakra, but also gives something more. For example, if you touch someone who has a special Kekii Genkai, you will absorb that nature chakra unlike the normal chakra in case of the other variant. But this doesn't apply to dojitsu, as it requires blood rather than chakra. Though we didn't use this jutsu to steal anybody's Kekii Genkai, they went too far for my liking to hold this anymore, Kushina explained in what Minato dubbed as her lecture mode. Really? Naruto asked in surprise. He didn't know that type of jutsu existed, and this might also be another cause for the Uzushio attack. Yes. Now about the seal to seal one's chakra is common knowledge, and it is made by our clan and is used by most of the elemental nations. But the technique to absorb chakra I'm going to teach you is a technique that is passed down only to the clan head family. Don't teach this to anyone unless they are going to be part of the family, and don't teach the variant I'm teaching you to anyone, as it could be dangerous for them. Is that understood, young man? She asked sternly, and Naruto nodded. Yes, ma'am, he said and gave her a salute. Kushina nodded in satisfaction at the determination and conviction in Naruto's eyes and taught him the jutsu. If you want to develop it further or didn't understand the concept clearly, there is a scroll in our house. At least it should be there before the attack. Try to find it, she said, and Naruto nodded. After teaching the jutsu, his parents started explaining their life and love story, which is particularly interesting to Naruto. Naruto smiled happily listening to them and just being with his parents. And after what seemed like days, he came to the end of it. Minato explained about his famous techniques and their usage and the scrolls in the apartment, and his mother showed her adamantine chakra chains, a unique jutsu of the Uzumaki clan. Naruto looked at the golden chains in amazement and wanted to learn about them. but Kushina explained about their natural awakening and couldn't help him. Well, I'm here to help you control the Kyuubi, you know, said Kushina as she sat beside Minato. Naruto's head in her lap, ruffling his hair. All of them turned to Kyuubi who had sweat dropped. Now Kushina, don't be like that. I'm here with you, listening to everything like a good adult. Don't you think you are stretching it too far? Nah, I don't know when I'll meet my son again, so I'll help him take control of you now, she said, and chakra chains shot out of her back. Seeing this, Naruto extended his hand to prepare a jutsu, but he heard a metal clanking sound and looked at his neck to see a necklace with a red chain tied with an Uzumaki swirl in the middle around it. Naruto, that is the mark of the clan head. I didn't become clan head officially as I was far away to go through the ritual, but I have seen my father with that chain many times. Though I'm the princess, I was not the official clan head. But it seems you have been accepted as new clan head and the Uzukage of Uzushiyoga cure, Kushina said with a megawatt smile. Her son had become a Kage at just 12 years old, fulfilling her dream. She gave Naruto a bone-crushing hug with her chains long dispersed because of her distraction. Let's test the chakra absorption on Kyuubi, Ka-chan, Naruto said, and Kyuubi started to go back into the cage. Not so fast, said Kushina, and chains shot towards him and pinned him to the entrance of the cage. He growled in anger at that. Not much, I just want to test it. I'm not one for forced submission. I promise it will be itsy-bitsy part for you. Naruto promised and touched the struggling Kyuubi. He felt a large intake of power and rage and felt as if he was invincible. But all the chakra he took went straight into the necklace and a small seal formed on it. Huh? I can't use it, he said, dumbfounded. The Uzumaki are more crafty than I thought. That's it. Not going to give you any more, said Kyuubi, and chains vanished around it and he went deep into the cage. But he was not even worse for wear after Naruto thought he took a sizable potion. That went well, said Minato as he transferred the key of the seal to Naruto. Kyuubi laughed silently in his cage in the cover of darkness. Foolish Minato, you don't know what happened, and by the time you find out, it's going to be too late, he thought happily, but that necklace reminded him of something. What that is, he can't put his finger on for now. How much time do you have? Naruto asked, and Minato sighed sadly. I don't know, son. We should be gone by now, but something tells me we just had enough time to say our goodbyes, he said sadly, and Naruto nodded in understanding. They all had a final laugh, remembering some funny things that happened in their life, and Naruto engraved that picture with his Sharingan. He will not forget this moment. Ever. He made a shadow clone and made him snap a photo with a camera he created in his mind after Minato explained how this works. His mother advised him to pin the Kyuubi like how she did, but Naruto didn't like it and left him be. All the memories with his parents are deeply carved into his subconscious. He wants to live this life but knows it's not going to happen. To love and to be loved is just but dream to him. Naruto vowed to do anything for the person who loves him, and as he was in his trance, Minato and Kushina slowly started fading. I think it is time, Naruto, Minato said. This managed to snap the blonde boy out of his trance. Naruto saw his parents' bodies begin to fade into light particles. It is a miracle that we all spent all this much time together, Naruto. Thank you for choosing us as your parents, said Kushina, tears running down her cheeks. Naruto, when I became the Jinchuriki of the Kyuubi, Mitoabakan, who is the first Jinchuriki of him, told me about the way she defeated the malice and hatred of the Kyuubi, Kushina said, tearing up. Naruto looked at his mother, listening to every word she is saying, and seeing his attention was on her. Kushina continued. She told me that the love the Shodai had for her and she had for him allowed her to fill the gap that comes with being the Jinchuriki of the Kyuubi. I followed her example and found love in Minato, which gave me the strength to push forward in life while being his Jinchuriki. I want you to find love, son. Find love, and that love will help you, Kushina said, and Naruto nodded, taking her suggestion to heart. Minato and Kushina started to fade as more of their body started to disintegrate into gold particles. No matter what happens, no matter your choices, remember we love you, Naruto. Kyuubi, please take care of our son, said Minato, water in the corner of his eyes. Kyuubi gave him a nod, acknowledging his request. Make us proud, Naruto. We'll always be with you in spirit in all your endeavors, Kushina said. We love you a lot, son. They both at the same, and three of them hugged one last time. Thank you, Kachan Tuchan, for being my parents. I'll make you proud no matter what. That's a promise of a lifetime. Believe it, cheered Naruto. We know you will, Naruto, his parents replied, and a last kiss on Naruto's forehead. They both vanished in golden particles. Naruto's tears increased seeing them vanish. Naruto's Sharingan spun wildly as he unconsciously channeled large amounts of chakra into his eyes, and instead of his matured Sharingan with 3 tomos, a new pattern in both of his eyes with tears of blood flowing down his cheeks. Inami, a day ago. With blood clone 1. Where are my manners? My name is Naruto, Naruto said, extending his hand. Haku, Haku said, extending her hand. Oh, I'm a boy, Haku said with a sweet smile. What? Naruto yelled in surprise. Are you sure you are a boy? Naruto asked suspiciously with narrowed eyes. Believe me, Shinobi-san, I'm a boy. I must leave now. My parent will be waiting for me, Haku said and attempted to leave. But dash. It's okay, Shinobi-san. I can't blame you for thinking I'm a girl. It happens regularly in my life, Haku said with a sweet smile and started walking towards the tree line. "Huh, I know you are a girl. Found ya!" Naruto yelled happily as he pointed an accusing finger at Haku. "Whatever makes you sleep at night. See you," she said and vanished into the tree line. He made a clone and dispelled it to transfer his orders to the second blood clone, and after receiving a confirmation, he joined Team 7 in their routine. That evening, the day went by uneventfully while all blood clones did as decided and did their job smoothly. They still didn't get any reply or order from the original, and this is going to be their topic of discussion today. As they met in the same clearing, they relayed everything that happened during the day, and after getting all the details in, they started the main topic. "So the original is not responding yet," said the first blood clone. "Maybe he was kidnapped and can't use chakra," suggested another one. "Idiot, if he can't use chakra, we would be dispelled. I think he might be unconscious or in some other place where we can't contact him," suggested the third clone. "That's a plausible line, but what should we do? Kakashi and Zabuza will be recovered in a couple of days at best at the rate of their healing. Kakashi is almost running and almost recovered his chakra while Zabuza's hand is fully healed, and he is planning something in 2 days," the second clone said. He got reports on Kakashi's health and saw Zabuza's recovery himself and confirmed that, so he wants to do something about this. "What? How many days has it been? I didn't feel anything go by," said the third clone. "If you include the attacking day, 2.5 days had passed, and I think they would be up and running by day after tomorrow. Man, I wish the original was here. If we go through the plan, I don't know we would be successful or not," said the second clone. "Let's go through it. We can't wait for his response any longer. I want to go with it tomorrow night while everyone is sleeping. Don't you think it'll alert Gato and his goons? That's why I'll do my best to find which is where, and we will go through it tomorrow. We can plan where to attack first to cut communications and get a swift victory," cheered the third clone. "Yeah, for victory." They all cheered and started going through the plan. "With Zabuza. He is sharp, Zabuza-sama, and even acted like an idiot just to fool me," she replied in a stern tone. "Oh, and he is confident that I'm a girl, and I didn't confirm either. I think he is practicing tree climbing and slept out of exhaustion in the clearing," she explained her analysis. "He is dangerous among the bunch, Haku. Don't let your guard down," Zabuza warned, and Haku nodded. "Can I attack tomorrow? I suggest waiting one more day. Though you are fully recovered, your arm needs some rest," she explained in a concerned tone, and Zabuza nodded. "Then we should plan for the day after tomorrow," Zabuza said, and Haku nodded and changed his bandages. "They are going to strike back and strike back hard. He is not going to leave his dream of seeing a peaceful Kirigakure for some old man and a rundown island nation. He is going to see a peaceful Kiri." Chapter 5. Summoning and Planning. That evening, as they decided to go through the plan, the second blood clone is on his way to see Zabuza to talk. As part of their plan, they will say what Gato planned to Zabuza and make him cancel his mission. Plan something for the raid and save Nami and then some. The clone smirked as he remembered the goal of their plan. As he already knew Zabuza and Haku were living in the woods, he made his towards them at a sedate pace. As he reached their house, Haku noticed him. Like visiting his friend's house, Naruto knocked on the door 3 times for someone to open it. A senbon came out of the door targeting his head, but Naruto dodged it with ease. "Who is it, Haku?" Zabuza asked in a groggy voice. "I think it is that short fool, Zabuza-sama. You rest, I'll take care of him," she said in assurance, walking out of the house in full battle gear. Naruto noticed the outfit change and observed. It consists pinstriped outfit which stopped at her knees. Over this, she wore a green haori with white trimmings, and around her waist a brown sash with a fringed trail wrapped around her waist twice. She also wore light brown platoon sandals with straps in the same color as her kimono and nail polish on her fingernails and toenails in a matching blue-green color. Haku's long hair was gathered in a white bun holder, while 2 locks of her hair fell loose framing her face, bound with metal hair cuffs at the ends. She also wore a black forehead protector with the Kirigakure symbol upon it. Naruto can see a Hunter-nin mask to the side of her face, which was white with thin, curved eye holes and a red wavy design in place of the mouth, as well as the Kirigakure symbol etched on the top. She does look menacing in the outfit. "Hello there. Can we have a chat, Haku-chan?" Naruto asked with a wide smile. She started her attack by throwing senbon at him at high speeds. He dodged all her senbon as his active Sharingan was predicting their path. After 5 minutes of dodging, she started to stop. "You followed me morning and came here after your work is done?" she asked, and Naruto nodded. "I thought you were just a little kid playing shinobi when I first saw you, but after your battle, I understood that you are not to be messed with. Tell me, why are you here and what do you plan on doing with us?" she asked in a calm tone. Naruto smiled at her. "If you have sensed me following you, it is good, but I'm here for a chat and that's it. I want to tell you that Gato has sold you out," Naruto said, and got the reaction he wanted. Haku's eyes were wide as dinner plates, but even now, she looked at Zabuza in concern. He sent a letter to Kiri explaining the situation in Nami and told them to come and pick Zabuza and do whatever they want to do. He didn't mention where you were. Maybe he is dumb like that, Naruto joked. "Don't worry, Haku-chan. The great Naruto here had good news. The bigot idiot didn't read the reply from Kiri. I think he thought they would kill you and give him the bounty." Anyway, the reply came directly from the Mizukichi. In the letter, she explained herself and the situation in Kiri. Here, read it yourself, Naruto said and gave a letter to Haku. Bring him in, Haku. I want to see what Yagura wrote. Zabuza said and Naruto was confused. Yagura? But I saw another name. He thought but stayed silent. He sat in a small chair while Haku and Zabuza read the letter. Greetings, Gato-san. My name is Terumi Mei, the Godame Mizukichi of Kirigakure no Sato. I thank you on behalf of Kiri people for informing us about one of our strongest swordsmen. I'll immediately send an ANBU squad to bring them back to Kiri. The situation in Kiri is not good as people think. The civil war took its toll on the village and its shinobi. We have made a new law to forgive all the missing ninja who has abandoned us in the Bloodline War period. The ANBU squad will arrive in 2 days and I request no harm be done to Zabuza or anyone associated with him. You will be given the bounty amount for your help as payment. I promise this is not a trap to bring him back. The civil war is over. Kiri needs as many shinobi back as possible. Tell Zabuza and any of his associates to wait at the north coast of Nami. The Umbu will explain the rest. Best wishes. Terumi Mei. Godame Mizukichi. Did Terumi Mei write this letter, Haku? Zabuza asked as he leaned against the bed frames. Haku couldn't speak. At last, she is going home. Till now, they always wandered fearing being captured and killed. Now she is allowed to go back to her home once again. She is jumping with joy inside but composed herself. Yes, Zabuza-sama. Terumi Mei, Godame Mizukichi. Haku confirmed in a firm tone. Haku gave the scroll to Zabuza. He opened it and saw the official Mizukichi stamp beside Terumi Mei's name, and it was addressed to Gato. Well, what of that short fool? He asked curiously. Well, that short fool thought of not paying you and escaping by handing over you to Kiri Hunter Nin. Idiot. I read the reply as I was strolling near the mansion and found out about this. Do you want to continue your plan to kill Old Man Forward or shall we all happily go on our separate ways? Naruto asked rhetorically as if challenging Zabuza to say yes. Zabuza thought about it for a minute. What the brat said is right. I'm no longer under Gato after knowing his foolish plan. I'm in no hurry to kill the old man. He thought and nodded to himself, making a decision. Well, it seems like luck is on your side, brat. I'll no longer be killing that old drunk and we can go our separate ways. But tell me, what else did you find in your stroll? Zabuza asked curiously. That would be telling. If you have decided to not attack, I have some other works to do. Bye, Zabuza Haku. I'll be here when those Kiri fellows come. I can't let them kill you if they are against the Mizukichi's orders. So yeah, see ya, Naruto said and vanished into smoke. What a kid, Zabuza thought as he thought of possible scenarios Mei won the war. Haku on the hand is too excited to talk and enjoyed her happiness in her mind. Scene break. Uzushio-gakure. After some time of leaving his parents, Naruto woke up from his unconscious state and felt different. He couldn't explain how, but he knew something is different in him. He didn't give it much thought and started roaming around Uzushio with the scroll in hand. Surprisingly, he was in the same spot where he stood before the ritual. According to the clock he had, it has been nearly 2 to 3 days since the ritual took place. His mind is fuzzy about the details. He ate some food he brought with him in a storage scroll and sat in a meditative position and started to meditate. Meditation is a skill he learned from the scrolls in the Uzumaki estate. The scrolls explained about meditation and how it helps a shinobi in more than one way. Generally, meditation is seen as a method of enlightenment and wisdom for others, but it helps shinobi to dive within and learn about themselves more. Meditation is a process of calming one's mind and clearing it of all thoughts and diving within to observe yourself. It helps in increasing concentration and thinking. For a shinobi, meditation helps in seeing and feeling their chakra. Chakra is a combination of physical and spiritual energies, and meditation helps to keep track of one's chakra, its potency, and chakra natures. Those who meditate more will also develop sensory skills and skills to sense emotions. Sensory shinobi were rare. Meditation also helps in emotional balance. It helps in keeping a cool mind in situations of high pressure, and that leads to fewer mistakes and more chances of a successful mission. That is the reason why meditation is a well-practiced skill by shinobi. He dove deep into himself and saw his chakra. For a Jinchuriki like him, chakra can be seen in their mindscape, which is something he learnt from his mother in their recent conversation. He is going to test that later. He saw his chakra. It is more potent and had a mix of orange in it which is quickly disappearing, merging with his dark blue. His reserves doubled from the last time he saw it a month ago. He can estimate that. Maybe the Kyuubi chakra absorbed by the locket caused the increase? Naruto thought of the possibility. He shrugged. He is going to do more chakra control exercises now. His father had given him an idea that would help in his ninjutsu practice and mastery. According to him, Naruto is going to master a jutsu to the extent that it should only require a few hand signs to perform. For example, his Kagebunshin no jutsu needs a cross sign. His father advised him to practice it sealless. That gave Naruto the full idea of the scope. If he practices it sealless, then he can do them whenever and wherever he is. In case he is bound or unable to move his hands, it would be a lifesaver. He has to give the man credit for it. He is a genius for a reason. After some more observation, Naruto stood from his sitting position and took the scroll on his back and opened it. He channeled some chakra into it and it opened. He saw the content of it. There are so many kanji in the scroll which consist of different things like fuinjutsu, ninjutsu, weapons, hijitsu, juinjutsu, jikoku ninjutsu, summoning, iryo nin. Wait, summoning. Naruto stopped and channeled chakra on that kanji and a large scroll of the same size came out of it. It is a large red scroll with big green lines and gold edges. It has a regal look about it that enticed Naruto into opening it. Dragon Summoning Contract. It read. Naruto got curious about its name and opened the scroll. It has the required hand signs and the instructions to summon a dragon. He read all the names written in red ink which was assumed to be blood. Naruto bit his finger and wrote his name on the contract. The scroll instructed to summon the boss of the clan first to finalize the contract and the user must use half of their chakra for this. Naruto knew he had a large amount of chakra, very large reserves, so he decided to use the 10th of his chakra instead of half and bit his finger and did the hand signs. Kuchios no jutsu, summoning jutsu, he said, slamming his hand on the ground. He saw black limes form on the ground and a large puff of smoke was released. It kicked so much dust and Naruto can see 4 giant shadowy figures in front of him. As he cleared the smoke with a wind jutsu, he got the first glimpse of their majestic appearance. In front of him stood 4 dragons on flesh and he knew no one would believe him if he said he saw dragons. The first dragon was gold with its head characterized by a short face with long and smooth metallic horns that swept back from its nose and brow, as well as the neck frills that adorned both sides of its neck. From its mouth and nostrils descended 4 pairs of long, flexible muscular spines that resembled whiskers or barbels, along with the dragon's narrow eyes. These features contributed to giving it a look of grandeur. Its eyes acquired an appearance of shiny, liquid gold, with a pointed tongue and small cheek horns that grew sideways. The golden dragon had broad sail-like wings that started from their shoulders and extended to the end of its extremely long tail. The wings were kept closed upright over its back, adding up to its majestic appearance. Next in line was a beige dragon. This one is sporting features a typical large, quadrupedal body build, sharp claws, tough beige scales, large wings, and a tail, with a smooth, armor-like underbelly. Of his draconian features, its most notable is the exceeding amount of sharp protrusions on the various parts of its body. Large tusks jut out from and curve around either side of its jaw. 2 large horns that stick out from the back of its head. 2 long maxillary canines protrude from its bottom jaw. Its chin is rather sharp. It has a horn on its snout. The scapulars of its wings also feature large, spiked protrusions. This one has an unknown sageness in its eyes which gave Naruto a serene feeling. Following it was a snowy white dragon having a beautiful pure white body, blue eyes, 2 golden horns, and blue feathered wings which were glowing with light. The white one was anxious and Naruto can see its odd expression from here. This is relatively smaller than the other dragons and the last one is a green dragon. A giant green dragon with jagged scales, a flat skull with a flat nose and a big jaw. Its ears taper off to one side and feature darkened ends. It also has 2 long strands of hair on its chin. It has 4-fingered claws complete with dark, shiny talons. On its back, it sports a large pair of wings, and in between said wings lay a row of spikes that travel down its spine. Its stomach, contrary to the rest of its body, is smooth with no visible scales. This one has a cheery feel to it. The 4 dragons were looking at him with a critical eye, the beige one taking lead and spoke first. Who are you, human, and how did you summon us? It asked in a male tone. Naruto could identify that by the gruff voice of the dragon. Naruto bowed respectfully and answered. Greetings, honorable dragons. My name is Uzumaki Naruto, son of Uzumaki Kushina and Namikaze Minato and am the current clan head of the Uzumaki clan, he said respectfully. At the Uzumaki name, their eyes widened. Ah yes, Uzumaki. What a wonderful clan they were. We heard that the clan was killed in a combined attack and the survivors scattered all over the world. You have our deep condolences. To keep the summoning contract safe and keep our lives safe, no one summoned us to help. We could have helped, he said with regret. Naruto nodded, understanding the love the dragons had for his clan. I can understand, he said sadly. My name is Kenryu, Belsirian. I'm one of the elders of the dragon clan. He introduced with pride and Naruto nodded and bowed in respect. To my right is Hiswiryu, Zirconis, our second in command. To my left is Hikaru, Albion, our prince, and right in front of me is Kinjinryu, Viernes, the boss summon. Belsirian introduced and Naruto bowed to all of them when they were introduced with respect. It is an honor to meet you all, Naruto said with respect. Dragons are prideful creatures and they respect the people with power. But they also have family values and those are of utmost importance for them was what the summoning contract had as a precautionary rule before summoning one. So tell me, Uzumaki child, why did you summon us? Viernes, the boss summon, asked curiously. I have summoned you to become your new summoner, sir. We are in Yuzushiogakure currently and my grandfather, Uzumaki Ashura, had given me this scroll which contains many clan heirlooms. The summoning contract is one of them and I chose this to be the best place to get everything situated. Naruto replied and Viernes nodded at his explanation. Yes, I see. We dragons accept only the members of the Uzumaki clan as our summoners as it has been traditional for so many generations and as the legend says, both power and love are required to achieve peace. Prove to us that you have the power to achieve peace, you will be accepted. The core values will be taught to you by us. Viernes said in a stern tone, and the other 3 dragons leapt back. Naruto, knowing what he has to prove, prepared himself. Katan. Ryuka no Jutsu, fire style. Dragon fire jutsu, he said, and scorching hot reddish-orange flames came out of his mouth. Naruto can feel the heat of the flames from his position. The heat and intensity of the flames are not something he can perform now. The scorching flames approached him, and he did some hand signs of his own. Water style, raging water wave. Naruto replied as a large wave of water came out of the nearby sea and clashed with the scorching flames. Naruto activated his Sharingan to get a better read of what was happening. He knew he could not underestimate a dragon. He can see a faint silhouette of a large dragon clapping his wings at the forming steam. His water has cancelled out the fire perfectly, though it took some chakra. He had to apply his wind to the water to counter the simple dragon fireball. Instead of spewing just water, he mixed bits of wind in the middle, making it colder, so that it can douse the raging flames, and it seems like his plan worked. Suetun, Sueden no Jutsu, water style, water bullets. Naruto heard Viernes say and saw many large water bullets at Naruto. He unsheathed Mayuri and slashed all of them in the middle. Wind style, great breakthrough, Naruto said, and sent a raging wind blast at Viernes. The dragon dodged it by wing flapping. Naruto used his wind to jump higher to get equal with Viernes. Impressive. You have good control over wind and you have Sharingan. I didn't expect that. Very impressive. Young Uzumaki, Belsirian said, and Viernes had a calculative look in his eyes. Raitun, Jinraizen, lightning style. Thunderclap arrow, Viernes said, and a thunderclap hit Naruto, but since his body was covered with wind, it didn't affect him. Well done, hatchling, but don't think it's just over. You have matched my elements. Let's see what you will do with my metals, Viernes said in glee. Naruto was confused by this. What does he mean by metals now? He thought and observed Viernes' scales. They were glinting in the light. Is he a gold dragon instead of a gold-colored dragon? Thought Naruto. Dragon-style secret art. Cage? Viernes said, and a large iron dome rose from the ground and started approaching Naruto fastly, and Naruto did something unexpected that the dragons didn't see from anyone. Shadow clone jutsu, he shouted, and nearly 20 clones came into existence and started performing hand signs of their own. Collaboration jutsu. They all shouted in unison. Fire style, great fire annihilation. Wind style, wind cutter, said 2 sets of 5 clones, releasing a compressed blast of raging fire towards Viernes. Dendu kaitenji no jutsu, lightning style, electric gyroscope technique. Water style, water wall, said another 2 sets of 5 clones. Releasing electrically charged water stood protective around Naruto as a shield. The offensive spell performed by 10 clones combined as the iron cage approached Naruto and melted it away, and the remains of it were stopped by the defensive water wall with electricity stopped its movements further inwards. Naruto sighed in relief. He didn't know that summoning 4 dragons and performing 20B rank jutsu simultaneously will be this much fun. The chakra drain is minimal, though he needs to improve control. He still doesn't know which are his primary elements except for wind. Fire and lightning seemed easy as well. Water and earth are pretty difficult for now. Though with some control exercise he can get good control, he knew that. The fun came from fighting a dragon. The power in one attack of the dragon boss took his 20 clones working simultaneously and firing 20B rank jutsu. And still, Naruto doesn't know he is fighting seriously or just to test him. And if their names stand true, then he is just using one metal. He can use steel, copper, gold, and any other unknown metal that Naruto isn't aware of. Heck, might as well use liquid metals. He is going to know the extent of how much the boss can do, and by the looks of it, the boss is not even sweating. Let's see how far you can fare with that sword of yours, Viernes said with a smirk and used his claws to attack Naruto. Naruto smirked and Mayuri got a blue shine as she glowed with wind chakra and started a kenjutsu fight. Slash, parry, cut, left hook, right hook, wind slash. Dodge, jump, kick, punch, and it went on. Though Viernes is huge, he is surprisingly agile and dodged every attack Naruto threw at him. They fought for another half hour as the dragon boss decided to test Naruto's stamina as well. He dragged on as long as possible, making Naruto use all attacks possible to defend himself, while other 3 dragons started talking about the fight and their new summoner's skills. He is good, Albion said as he watched his father fight. I must agree. It's been long since we got such a talented summoner, Belsirian added. Do you think he is him? Zirconis asked Belsirian. Looks like it, Zirconis. It's as they said. It's been long and I have many things to believe that, Belsirian said sadly. So we are going to take him in? Absolutely. He is what we are waiting for. It's been long since the name Uzumaki was heard in the elemental nations. Let's see what this young prince will do, Belsirian said with finality. With Naruto and Viernes. You have impressed me, young Uzumaki. Even though we accept only adult shinobi and only those from the clan head family, you have managed to impress me, and that too at a young age. You are a strong shinobi for your age and you didn't even use Sharingan on me. That shows you just use it as a tool and not like those stuck-up pricks does, said Viernes with annoyance. Naruto jumped in joy at that. Thank you for accepting me, Naruto said with a curt bow. Nonsense, hatchling. You have earned my respect. You can call all of us by our names instead of titles. You are one of us now, Uzumaki Naruto. Congratulations. Viernes said and offered Naruto his claw. Naruto shook it with his 2 hands and heard other dragons cheer from the shore and turned to them with a wide smile. Albion will be your personal summon. If you want any assistance in battle, you can call any of us. Visit us at Ryuchi Peaks at some time, Naruto. We'll introduce you to the others. Viernes said and Naruto nodded. He got a question and he asked them without hesitation. I mean, no disrespect to you or your clan, sir, but if possible or if the chance arises, can I sign another summoning contract for another animal clan? Naruto asked politely. The dragons were taken aback by the question. Belsirion and Viernes talked something in the draconic tongue that Naruto didn't understand whatsoever, and Belsirion turned to him with steel in his eyes. If by chance such a thing happens, you will contact us. We don't generally have our summoners sign another contract, but if the clan in question is a powerful one and has a good reputation, we will consider it, he said sternly. Naruto nodded in understanding, and with a final nod, they all vanished in a puff of smoke. All the dragons forgot to ask Naruto about his Sharingan or other skills. Naruto remembered it and shrugged, as it was not his problem. He rested for a bit and sent his clones to scout the area. He found many things and a whole underground tunnel network. This surprised him, and he sent more clones to search for what else was left. Naruto also found some important things when he traveled through the tunnels under the village. The tunnel system Konoha has adopted was replicated from the Uzushio. The most important part of the search was a small seal with a kanji on them, and decided to scan it later as he is not an expert yet, and he will look into it after he mastered Fuinjutsu. Naruto felt bored and got a wonderful idea. Let's see, what do I have left to do? Maybe I'll go and explore the tunnel network. Ah, clones are doing it well. Aha, I know, he thought in glee. He made a shadow clone and dispelled it, ordering his blood clones to give him a status report of what was happening. And the reply came instantly in a rush of memories. He went through them one by one. He is going to decide what to do after analyzing and sending orders to his clones, and started going through them. It's going to be fun, he knew.